Unmute myself. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Hero Arts November Hero Studio unboxing. I'm Shannon, and I will be showing you all of the incredible projects and products, there we go, that were released this month. I am bouncing between multiple platforms. It's still a little new for me, so I apologize if I'm a little slow to respond or answer any questions. Let me switch back over here to the comments. We have people here from YouTube, people from Instagram. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. This release, if you haven't had a chance to see it, it released yesterday. We will have the whole blog hop tomorrow, so we'll have a lot more inspiration that you'll see tomorrow from the creative team and special guests. But because the release happened over this weekend, that's kind of why it's a little bit more spread out than it normally is. But there are videos up on our YouTube channel that you can kind of see all the products in more depth than I'll show you here today, and even see some of our team create projects with the release. It's very, very good. It's a wonderful book theme, and I apologize. I have my front door open and it's been so quiet all morning and lovely, and now it's getting a little noisy. So I apologize if you hear some sounds. It's so beautiful here in Arizona, and I really like to get a little bit outdoors anytime the weather's not horribly hot, and it's not hot right now. So I'm trying to soak it all in the nicer weather. All right, let's change views here and let's get started looking at all the products from the November Hero Studio. And I just got interrupted. I was going to say that the whole release has a wonderful book theme. So anybody who loves books, this is perfect for you. It's a wonderful, beautifully curated release. So let me change views, move to picture-in-picture, and let's take a look at everything in this release. I'm so excited. We're going to start with the card kit. And I will go through it kind of quickly because I did share this live already, but I will do it again just in case you haven't seen the previous live or you missed it. But it is such a cute kit. Let me pull it out. So in here I have everything, but we'll pull out the first few products for the card kit. And that's these guys right here. All right. And we're going to start with this die set, and let me flip it over so you can actually see what it looks like, because it's kind of hard to tell right now what it is. There we go. This is the Happy Place die set, and it creates what we call the reader, this super cute person reading out of their book. And the sweater or clothing that they have, you can have a lot of fun there personalizing it. You can personalize the reader. You have a couple different hair options. You can even opt out if your recipient doesn't have long hair. You can remove that. Change the color of the skin with different cardstock colors. Just lots of ways to personalize this reader. And these are all the dies in that set. Super cute. I have a couple projects to share with you too. Let me show you this one here by Kelly, because it's a lot easier to see really what it looks like when it's all die cut and put together. But you can see she has this cute reader. There's some dies in here, some flowers and leaves that you can use to actually decorate your book. So it doesn't have to just be plain, but you can have it plain if you choose. There's also these flower dies here that you can use to decorate her sweater. But in this version, Kelly actually used the cling for this month to stamp her sweater with that really cute checkered pattern. It's so cute. And she actually used the flower in her reader's hair. Very, very cute. I love how she framed it up too with this, just this rectangle of colored cardstock. Very cute. And then here's a card that I created, and I used little flowers here to decorate her sweater. So that's a really fun way to use those flowers, but there's lots of things you could do with them. You'll see with a lot of the samples that I have to share with you from the creative team, they use the flowers and leaves to kind of embellish their cards as little accents on their cards. So cute. Oh, Julie says the only thing better than, I know we have a lot of overlap, but Julie says the only thing better than crafting is reading. I love it. Yes, I know there's a lot of overlap with card makers and readers, which I think is so fun to have these products that you can kind of, express both your hobbies with, which is awesome. Yeah, so very cute. And there's a third option I'm going to show you with the reader, because both of these kind of use the same hair, but here I used the less wavy hair, and I didn't include the ponytail, so it has more of a short hair look. So you can make this reader look either like a boy or somebody with short hair as well. So cute. And the next product I'm going to show you, I've actually seen on these two cards. It's back here and here. So the next product included in the card kit is, and then I'll move on to a bunch of samples from the creative team, is this really awesome die set. This is the To Be Read pile die set, and it creates this large stack of books that can serve as your focal point and even your sentiment, thanks to the To Be Read stamp set. So this stamp set obviously coordinates with the die set, and it allows you to stamp these designs on the spine of the books, but there's also incorporated in the design of some of these are sentiments. So you can say, you are amazing, you are extraordinary, wonderful, incredible, awesome, inspiring, fantastic. There's even a thank you and a little teeny hello on this one here. So I thought that was a really clever way to do these together. I've never quite seen anybody incorporate like sentiments on book spines before, and I thought it was so clever because it's such a fun way to have your die cut and your sentiment all in one for your focal point. Really cute. And this large die, the one thing I want to point out here too, as you'll die cut out this stack of books as your base, typically out of either like cream cardstock or yellow or white cardstock, and then you can use all these single dies here to die cut a different cover for your book, so they can be a bunch of different colors like you see here on this sample. Let me show you some cards using these two products together. We have this one here by Kelly. She gold heat embossed her book spines and her sentiment, and I love how she combined multiple, like, you are wonderful, fantastic, incredible, so cute. And this little worm guy, he's adorable. He's from the die set of the month, which we'll get to later. And then here's a card that I created. Again, you can see all my books are different colors, just like Kelly's, which is so fun to kind of play around with that color palette. You can change it up. I would love to see this. And I do have a couple examples from the creative team where they use some more jewel tone colors, because I love that look of like an old library with some really rich colored books. I think that would be really pretty too. These I stamped my book spines though in more of a tone on tone look, so a little bit more subtle. Hi, Rosie. Yeah, I know, it's all different, isn't it? Huh? Rosie's on our creative team. She's over here on YouTube and she's popping in. We're going a little, it feels a little out of sync because this release happened on the weekend. Actually, we released yesterday, this Hero Studio, and our blog hop isn't till tomorrow. So definitely check that out tomorrow, because there will be a giveaway tomorrow if you participate in the blog hop. So definitely check that out. And I think the last thing I wanted to point out here, I did do a little coloring to kind of darken. You can see on this book here, it looks a little darker on the top. I did just a little bit of coloring here and there with some of my Copics to really make these books look even more dimensional, but that's a fun and easy thing to do. And we have even a better representation of that kind of coloring to add depth from someone in our creative team. So I'll pull those samples out. So let's look at some projects from our creative team, kind of using these actually three products together. Let me pop over to my mouse. So mouse, where are you? There you are. Okay, let me pop over to my pictures. We'll start off with this gorgeous card by Michelle. I love her reader. Michelle always does such great kind of clean and simple designs, and that black background with the reader in front, really lots of contrast so the reader really stands out. So cute and beautiful. And her card is a good example of showing you what the book looks like without any of the flowers or the leaves decorating it. So I love this example, so pretty. And then we have this wonderful one by Natasha, gorgeous. I love her flowered sweater. And she actually used a sentiment that says Book Lovers Club, which I haven't got to yet. I'll show you that in just a minute. That's also included in the card kit. And love how she framed her reader with like kind of matte layers. Very cute. This one is also by Natasha. I love the color palette of this one. I love the warm colors. And look at how cute she did the sweater. She just had the flowers on the leaves. I think, or on the leaves, on the arms. I think that's such a cute idea. I love the way this one turned out. And she filled the back and the front of her book with flowers. And I love that. So pretty. I love that one. And then we have this beautiful card by Michelle. We have two Michelles on our team. I love how she added details by coloring and added more depth and interest. So pretty. Her book has a beautiful texture to it as well. And then we have this wonderful one by Jenny. She does a lot of incredible coloring, and you can see here she did that on these die cuts as well. She colored the hair in and the hands and the sweater and just added so much depth with her coloring to these die cuts. I'm always so excited to see what she does because she always steps up the designs a notch, and it's just so cool. And then I'm so glad you love them. They're really great. I love the dies too. And then we have this reader. This is a beautiful example. This one's by Karen, and it's just a beautiful example of kind of clean and simple design. So pretty. Love the colored cardstock. Really pops on her white background. And then we have this one by Mindy. So cute. She has the background is created with the layering stencil of the month, which we will get to later. And then we have this wonderful one by Charlene. She actually used sentiments from the whole studio bonus item for this month. And it says, "Do not disturb, I'm reading," which I think is cute. And I love the way she used the flowers, kind of little accents in the background, those teeny tiny flowers. And now we're going to move on to some of the book examples of the pile of books, starting with this beautiful one here by Mindy. Love it. So pretty. Did her gold heat embossing, even included that cute little worm like Kelly did. But you can also see here where she used some of the leaves and flowers from the reader die set, which is actually the Happy Place die set, to decorate behind her books. And you'll see a couple other examples of that too from the creative team in a minute when I get to that. This one by Sika, gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it. I never would have thought to stamp the spines in black, and I just love the way they pop on the colored cardstock. It looks so good. She even has the hello. Is that the hello one? Yep, the hello on the top book. And then "You are extraordinary, wonderful, amazing." Such a beautiful card. Love the palette too. And then we have Rosie's card. This is a cute card. Love the blue background and the kind of blending you did, Rosie, around the sides. So pretty. And I believe Rosie splattered this background with another product that's included in this card kit, which I will get to later. But so pretty. Love her palette too, the more softer kind of pastel palette. Actually reminds me of my vintage books that I pulled out for my photo shoot of my cards, which was fun to use. This one's by Michelle. She used a rainbow palette. So cute. She definitely did some coloring on her books as well. And look at how she mixed up the spines. She did some with white heat embossing, some with gold heat embossing. That just looks so good mixed up like that, and which is actually pretty easy to do thanks to the fact that all of the book spines are separate individual stamps. So you can really have a lot of fun playing around with either colored ink, different colored embossing powders. You can have a lot of fun with that and change things around. And then we have this one by Jenny. And remember, Jenny, she is the one who does some incredible coloring, and she did it here on these books as well. So, so pretty. They look real. They look like a real pile of books. Always amazed by her coloring. And then we have the last few are examples of just beautiful colors. Love and this is another mix of different colored inks here on her stack. This one's by Lisa. She always picks such pretty, cool colors. And she embellished again with the leaves and flowers from the Happy Place, which again is that reader die set included in the card kit. And then we have this beautiful one by Rachel. Oh, I love the colors in this one. So pretty. And then we have this super pretty one by Jen. Look at her coffee cup. She included a coffee cup. This was probably, I think it's from our die set that had a stovetop espresso maker included with it. And it looks so good with it. The scale is so perfect. I thought that was genius to kind of incorporate some other dies with this set. And I can't wait to do that myself. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to dig through my stash and see what I have, because that would be so fun to stack different things on top of the books. And we even have this one by Anna, who did the same thing, but she actually made her own mug. She used circle dies brilliantly and created her own mug. So she just used the Hero Arts Nesting Infinity circle dies and created her own mug and then filled it with the flowers. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And she did a lot of beautiful textured with the same medium that Rosie used for her splatter in the background. And then last but not least, we have this awesome one by Natasha. And I wanted to point out here is that you can actually separate several of these books. You don't always have to use the whole stack. And when I pop back to my screen, I'll kind of explain it a little bit better. But she just used 2 books from that pile or that stack of books to kind of make her focal point. And I love that kind of flexibility. You can play around. You don't always have to use that whole stack. And you can kind of see that Anna did it here too, where she kind of separated her stack of books into 2 parts and had one part be actually upright instead of horizontal laying down. So lots of fun play there. All right, I'm gonna put that away. Pop back over here. All right. Rosie said, that was my inspiration. I Googled vintage bookshelves. Oh, cool. I'm missing all the comments. Unfortunately, when I'm on the pictures, I can't see the comments from you guys. But yeah, they were the creative team made so many incredible examples. I have their info below in the YouTube description, but tomorrow they'll be sharing even more. So check that out there. Let me point out one thing, like I said I was going to. Here you can see Kelly separated the books from the stack. Here to create this card, and this, I have a video up on YouTube. You can check that out, how I created this card. But this is I actually separated the stack of books to get them, because if you look here, you see how some books, the tops are here and some are here, like the pages. You can see the tops of the pages. Like this half, they're all here, and this half, they're mostly here on that side. So I separated the stack right here between the 4th and 5th book, and then I flipped the top part to create this kind of different, like more, gosh, how do I describe this? More profile kind of way of stacking the books. More like you'd stack them if you put them on a bookshelf, but versus a tall pile. So lots of fun there. Really, really great set. Okay, let's move on to another product included in the card kit. And that is the Professional Bookworm Stamp and Cut. This is a 3x4 stamp set, and it's a sentiment set. So it's great to have even more sentiments. I don't know, you guys, I feel like I never have enough sentiments in my stash. And I love that these are all perfectly in theme with this book lovers release. And they're really fun and creative too. We have Just One More Chapter. I love that one. The Book Was Better. Very, very funny. And then you have these kind of combo ones that you can make. Books Are My Happy Place. If You Need Me, I'll Be Reading. Professional Bookworm. You even have Shh, I'm Reading. And then here you have that Book Lovers Club, which you saw Natasha stamped on the cover of one of her books, because it just fits perfectly inside the book cover from the book from the Happy Place die set. So great. And I forgot to mention the best part. Oh my gosh, how did I forget this? This is a stamp and cut, which means there are dies in the back here for all of those sentiments. So every one of these sentiments on this stamp set, you have a coordinating die. So you can cut them out so easily, place them very, very easily on your project. So very, very, very awesome set. going to be so fun to play with those sentiments and mix them with the images. I even think several of these sentiments could be stamped on the spine as well of the book. So that would be really cool too. Like if you could do like, if you need me, and then stamp I'll be reading on the book spine. I think that'd be a really fun idea as well. Okay, and there's a couple more things included in the card kit. You also have a paper pack. These are half sheets, so 5.5 by 8.5. There's 10 half sheets of color cardstock in here. I'll show you kind of a side view, but I do have them all pulled out here so we can fan them out. We have Waterfall, Seaside, Perdo, Peridot. That's how you say that, Shannon. Peridot. Then this is Tuscan, Safari, or Saffron. Oh, I got them backwards. This is Beeswax, Saffron, Tuscan. This darker orange is Terracotta, Carrot, Poppy, and Bellini, I believe. So some beautiful cardstock colors. These are nice, heavyweight cardstock, so perfect for card making, perfect for die cutting. They're really wonderful, and they're going to be so fun. All the cards have you seen, so all of these cards actually are sticking to that palette, so you can see how pretty, nice if I held them upright in the right way, that palette is together. Very, very fun. Okay. And there's one more product that I haven't showed you, but you have actually seen on several of the samples already. The last product included in the card kit is a 1-ounce container of gold Hero Wax. Hero Wax is a wonderful texture medium. It's really creamy and buttery. It's so pretty. I will grab my spatula here and scoop some out so you can kind of see that gorgeous texture. Really, really gorgeous. I love to use this with stencils. That's one of my favorite ways to use it. And it can actually even be applied onto acetate as well. That's a really cool technique I learned from Natasha, is that you can take your stencil and then over acetate and then apply your Hero Wax on top of that, which is really cool, I thought, when I learned that. But you can water it down and splatter it, which is another way I actually use it a lot. You can see that's what Kelly did here on this card. It's splattered on the background. I believe Rosie's card did that too with her beautiful dark blue background and her splattered gold. And you can even kind of rub it or paint it onto your die cuts. And you can see, I don't know if I'm able to capture it, but Kelly did do that. And it almost has this like soft kind of distress look. You can see it more, I think, on this light blue book, but it's so pretty. In fact, I think I'm going to actually do that today. I am going to make a card, so fingers crossed. Yes, Rosie says yes, she splattered it. Rosie's a master with the Hero Wax. She does incredible things with it. I had one more thing I wanted to show you, and in my video that's up in the card kit video, I show a lot of ways to kind of use the Hero Wax. So if you want to kind of check that out and see how I used it, I show you how I kind of splatter it. I show you another way that Anna used it on her projects, where she kind of painted it in the background. She watered it down a little bit more than I did, but look at how creamy and buttery it looks. Even when it's thinned out a little bit and brushed. So cool. I love that. And then here's just a die cut that I quickly kind of did what Kelly did, where I added it to the pile of books on the sides, and just it kind of distresses it, but it also adds that gold shine, which I think is really pretty. So we're going to be actually doing that today. Rosie said it dries fast. It does, Rosie. I didn't even think about that. It does dry pretty darn fast, which is pretty nice, because if you're impatient like me, you don't have to worry about messing it up. Okay, so that is everything included in this month's November Hero Studio card kit. But we actually have 4 other subscription options that I will go through now. These are smaller subscriptions. We call them our monthly minis. Let me pull those out. And we'll grab our box here, our cute box, and pull them out. And we're going to start with the die set of the month. So this is the November die of the month. Put the box back down. It is called Book Bag. There's 17 dies in this set, and it creates a super cute bag that you can then fill with die cut books. This is where that adorable little bookworm has come from that you saw on other projects. And there's even 2 sentiment dies. You have hello and you have bookworm. There's also flowers that you can use to kind of embellish and decorate. It's such a cute set. And I'm going to flip it over here so you can kind of see the size of the dies, because they are pretty large. This can serve easily as your focal point. But the books are great scale too. They're wonderful for little accents here and there. They're not tiny, but they're great for anchors, especially I think with the layering stencil. They're nice little anchors to kind of draw your eye into the sentiment. So love having those kind of freestanding books to place around in my projects. But of course, they look so cute tucked into the bag. You have a handle, the sentiments. There's even a little bookmark. How cute is that? So this is a wonderful die set. So this is, again, our die set of the month subscription. And the November one is just so cute. Let me show you some projects. First up, you have this one here. And again, you can see how nice it is to have those freestanding book dies, because I can put a book down here, still have them tucked in the top. You can play around with the covers and change things up. That's another fun thing. Change different color cardstocks. Maybe put this cover on that one. There's a lot of fun play you can do here. The book bag, again, another fun way to play with it. Oh, Rosie says, I didn't realize that, Rosie. She says, a gift card fits in the bag. It sticks out the top of the bag a little, but you can fill the bag with the books. That's such a cute idea. Yeah, the books could kind of hide it easily behind. I could definitely see a gift card fitting, and it would fit. The important part is it would fit this way. Nice. So you'd have the long ways like this. Oh, I love that idea. How cute for teachers and things. Oh, I love that. So cute. It could even look like, we're calling it a book bag, obviously, and staging it as a book bag, but I could see this looking like a gift bag even, right? That'd be fun too. Oh, I want to do something with that. I was just about to say before I wanted to point out Rosie's brilliant comment. Oh my gosh, she says, make it look like a Trader Joe's bag. Tote bag. Brilliant. Now I have to do that. Now I have to do it. That's such a good idea. But that's what's awesome about it, is that you can kind of really play around with the look of the bag, what you put on the bag itself, how you design the bag. Obviously colored cardstocks, a lot of fun there. You could ink blend and make it look even more dimensional. But here I stamped on it with the cling of the month for this month. And I love the pattern. And I even carried that pattern up to the handles. And I think it looks so cute. So very, very fun die set. And I kept it simple. I just used the book. I just kind of let the die be the focal of the card. I didn't even really have like a sentiment. And I think that's okay. But you could usually put the hello right here on that if you wanted to. Here's a card by Kelly. And she stamped with the stamps of the month, the Stampin' Cut of the month on the cover or on the bag. And it looks so good with that on there. I think that was such a brilliant way to use that stamp. It says, you are the best, end of story. So cute. And she filled with books. Adorable. Love the flowers that she used kind of in the background. And of course, that cute little worm. Love him. He's so adorable. Let me show you some projects from the creative team using the book bag die set. Pop back over to my pictures. Let's see. Where did we leave off? We have first this one by Charlene. So cute. Love how she divided her background. I thought that's a really fun and unique way with her. Not even quite half, which I think is why it's so successful. It's a little bit more teal than it, and then a little less of the pink, but super cute background. And then her beautiful blue bag is really popping. Love it. Adorable. And she has that hello on the bag, which is so cute. I love that there's word dies in this set. That's awesome. And next up, we have this one by Rosie. So cute. I love the bookworm on the bag, and then the worm almost like a decoration on the bag, as opposed to like an actual worm popping out of the bag. I think that was a really brilliant idea. So cute. Love the checkered background. And then here, Michelle, she didn't even use the bag. She just used the books. And again, that's so awesome that you have those two freestanding book styles that you can really play around with. You know, they're just so useful. You'll see a lot of the creators of the projects I show you, they'll use those freestanding books here and there all over the place. And again, love that black background, making everything just pop. So good. And then we have Anna's bookmark here. And again, those books, she used those books to kind of decorate this bookmark, and I love it. Really cute. Lots of, and this one is, Anna also does a lot with the wax, and you can see here she painted on the background with the wax. She added it to the sides of the bookmark. She did a ton with it, and it looks so good. She even added them to the sides of the book, I believe, too. So lots of fun things you can do with that hero wax. And then our last card is a really creative one by Rachel. And here she used the book from the card kit. So this is from the Happy Place die set. She used it to kind of create this fun background. And then she used the word dies from the die set of the month, that Hello and Bookworm, for her kind of sentiment and focal point. And I love the way they turned out. And again, that adorable little worm is there. So many fun ideas, lots of creative things you can do with this die set. All right, let's move on to our Stampin' Cut of the month, or November Stampin' Cut. I'm going to grab my box again here, pull it out. So our November Stampin' Cut is called One Page at a Time. It is a 4x6 stamp set. It includes kind of, well, 5 images, but you have 3 kind of larger images. You know what? And I've already colored them, so I'll pull those out here in just a second because it is kind of hard to see with the glare. So I'll pull those out. But there's also 2 sentiments. One says, if you need me, I'll be reading. And reading is my happy place. And because, again, this is a Stampin' Cut, that means the dies are included. So you have this wonderful kind of label, almost like a sticker book themed image set, sentiment or stamp set. But you also have the coordinating dies. So you have dies for all of those images, and you have dies for the sentiments as well. So you can see them right here. I'm going to change views there. Perfect. Let me show you these all colored. Let's grab them. As I did color them beforehand. And I think I'm going to use these today for my project. I'm going to take a real quick sip of water. I apologize. All right. I can't grab this last one. Let me slide it over here. All right. We'll do this one first. He was the one who's giving me trouble. You are the best end of story. You saw this on Kelly's bag, just stamped kind of tone on tone. But here I've stamped it in black and then colored it. How pretty is that? You have our open book and flowers popping out. So cute. These all kind of remind me of like book labels. Then this beautiful one, you are number 1 in my book. So pretty. Love how the book kind of extends past the arch. Really pretty images, or really pretty image. And these actually work, especially this one, work with our Infinity Arches die set. It fits. It was designed to kind of perfectly match the arch shape in this. So you can map this image easily, thanks to, if you already own, which if you don't, this is a good one. This is again, the Nesting Infinity die set. Our Infinity dies are amazing. I'm going to give a shout out to our Infinity dies here because I think they're so great. You get so many in there and they are just amazing. They're just so handy to have. And then here's the next one. Question, Julie says, is there, this book belongs to, no, none of that in there. So it's not quite like a label. These are all just more like book expressing, not as like that functional actual stamp, just kind of the look of a label. Escaping Reality, 1 page at a time. That one's so cute. I think I'm going to be using that today. No worries, Rosie. See you later, friend. And then we have Book Lovers Club with a cute little bookworm. And then have a cuppa, and read books. So these actually could be your sentiment and your images as well. I thought of one fun way to use them is just almost like stickers on a book. Like if you make your card, and we're kind of do that today. Create your card to look like a book, and I will show you that because that's my idea for today when we create a card. And then you could even use these to kind of decorate your card that looks like a book. I don't know how to say it, but this is a really great set. Love it. Let me show you a couple cards by our one in here I have in person, and then I have a couple from the creative team. This beautiful one's by Kelly. You can see here she used that nesting infinity arches die set to frame that image. So I love how this works with that. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this oval one here works with our nesting ovals. So really, really great, really smart that they made these work with other products that we have, especially something so essential like these infinity sets. These are like, I feel like these are essential things, but really great. And I do want to point out before I get to other cards from the creative team, I'm going to try to get it here on camera, but she used the die, the pile of books, the to be read pile die, and dry embossed with it. So embossed with like a rubber mat through the die cutting machine. So it didn't actually cut, but it leaves behind this beautiful texture. So she has this little bit of texture behind her focal image, and it's a pile of books. So fitting, I think. Really cute idea, really brilliant. All right, let me show you some projects by the creative team. Let's pop back over here. And let's see, we have this really beautiful, clean and simple card by Mindy. I love it. I love the colors, gorgeous colors. And she just has that focal point. We're going to kind of do something similar to this one that Mindy did, but a little bit different, but very pretty. Then we have this beautiful one by Michelle. She used the layering stencil in the background. So cute. We will get to that. We haven't done the layering stencil yet. Then we have Rachel. I love how she framed this up. Very creative. And she used some of those leaves and flowers that you saw earlier from the card kit to decorate. Very pretty. I really like that idea, using some of those leaves and flowers as accents. And then last, this was so creative by Karen. She used it as like a letter, or I've coined this letter substitution technique. Very wordy, but basically she just took that image and swapped out the O for the image, and you can still totally read joy. Very cute, very creative. Love that kind of graphic design kind of style. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, and that is that. We're done with the November Stampin' Cut. 2 more subscriptions to go. Next we have, which you've seen a ton of, is the November Cling of the Month. Oh, I love this one so much. I love our clings. I love cling stamps. They're so fun. This is a 6x6, so big, red rubber cling, and it clearly creates this beautiful checkered board pattern. You've seen it on a ton of projects already. Here I used it on this guy. For the bag, Kelly used it on the sweater, and you've definitely seen it on backgrounds here and there. It's such a great, I love the checkered board pattern, so cute. But you will not believe this beautiful card by Kelly. Like, look at what she did with it. She white heat embossed it on some of the light teal cardstock, which is seaside cardstock. And then she used those cute teeny tiny flowers that are intended to be used to decorate the sweater of the reader. She used them to fill in the negative space between the checkered stamped design. And I think that's so cute. And of course, this hello is from the book bag with the November die set of the month. Really pretty. Love it, love it, love it. I gasped when I saw this card. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Brilliant, brilliant. So wonderful set, or wonderful cling. I think it's going to be used a ton. Let me show you what Tone to tone is a great way to use this. Tone to tone is brilliant. Some of the things, I mean, you just saw this card by Karen where she used it in the background, and Mindy used in the background, and Rachel used it. And you guys seen it a ton. But I'll show you a couple more examples. You have this one by Charlene. Very beautiful. This is kind of that tone on tone look. So pretty. And then we have this one by Rachel. She did that white heat embossing again. I love it in the white heat embossing. Very pretty. And then this one's super creative. This is Jenny. She multi-inked this, and so she did a section in purple, then and stamped, then did a section in blue, stamped, then did a section in green, and so on and so forth till she stamped this whole beautiful rainbow. Love it with the gold heat embossing image on black. Really, really pretty. Brilliant way to use it. There's tons of fun ways to use red rubber cling. So that's really why they're my favorite. And then I think, oh, I jumped ahead. Okay, that's the last one for the cling of the month. We've got kind of our last subscription, because the last one is our whole studio, which I'll show that in a second, which also is a subscription option, but this is our last monthly mini. This is the November layering stencil of the month called On the Shelf. It's a 4-piece layering stencil set. These are perfect for your A2 size. They ink blend actually a little bit bigger, so you can cover the whole front of an A2 card with this. You know, I'm not going to pull them out. I'll pull my other set out. I'm trying to keep this set pretty and, you know, keep the set I use yucky. Well, a little bit more stained and loved and used, because I've already used these stencils a ton. Let me pull them out so you can see them, and we can talk about some of the features of our Hero Art stencils. So let's make sure they're in the right order. There we go. So this is stencil number 1. So basically, if you're new to layering stencils, each stencil can be a different color, so you can very quickly and easily create a colorful background. So you could have 4 colors. You could also opt to do, for the last one particularly, it would work well with the last one, using texture paste. And I'll show you an example. I have an example of this last stencil used with the gold Hero Wax, but they're very easy to line up. All of our Hero Art stencils have these registration corners that you can use to, you know, ink blend a little bit on there. And then when you put your next stencil down, you can line it up to the 4 little squares that you ink blended earlier. So making it very, very easy to line up your stencil layers and get perfect alignment. So very awesome. And this clearly creates a beautiful patterned background of like books. Let me show you some other examples. Put this away. We have first this one here. There we go. And you can see this one I did. What colors did I do? I did like a pink, a green, and a teal. And then the final stencil layer, I did the gold Hero Wax. And it creates such a fun and pretty background. I love it. It looks so good. Love the shine too. And then this one is a stunning one by Kelly. Love her warm color palette. Again, that is so handy to have that individual book, which is again from the die set of the month, for little accents here and there. So cute. And look at how she broke it up. She didn't use the whole design for the background. She just used 2/3 of it and then left the top part just colored cardstock, which is a great way to break up the pattern. And then she used that leftover piece to make a bookmark. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So cute. And then here's a more tone on tone look. And I actually used the book and the hands from the reader, but just left out the head and hair and everything to have kind of a different take on the reader. So fun. So very, very beautiful layering stencil set. Let me show you. And you did see it earlier actually on this card. And this is just ink blended. No wax or paste or texture medium used on that one. I did use paste on this one, but I used white for the final stencil. So that shows you how cool it also looks in different texture mediums. I used the Hero paste. So let me show you some examples from the creative team now with our pretty much our final product, except for the bonus item. This beautiful one, just again, just ink blended, looks so cute. This one's by Mindy. Gorgeous. I love the color palette again. I loved how she has the bookworm. Very cute. And then we have this beautiful one by Natasha. She picked out a lovely warm color palette, really played up the gold, framed it with the gold panel. Beautiful. She used the gold wax on this one. And then we have this one by Rachel, and she kind of turned it into a book, which is kind of what we're going to do today, but we're not going to use the layering stencils. But I love it. I love it. And she also used the book from the reader, or the, I keep calling it the reader. It's really called the Happy Place die set, but she used just that book from that die set as like kind of her focal point. I love it. And then we have this really pretty one by Sika. Gorgeous. And it looks great with that stamped kind of image from the November Stampin' Cut of the month. Really, really cute. We're going to do something sort of similar to this today too. All right, that is basically it. The last thing I'm going to show you guys, let's put this away, pop back over here. There we go. And if you have any questions and I missed it, I'm going to try to go back over it. Unfortunately, when the pictures are up, I cannot keep track of the comments. So see if there's any missed. Nope, I think I got them all. Okay. Last one is the bonus item. So the bonus item is included for all Whole Studio subscribers. So Whole Studio subscribers get everything you saw, the card kit that we showed at the beginning, and then all the monthly minis, which included, again, the die set of the month, which was the book bag, the Stampin' Cut of the month, which was that more labeled, this guy here, the one page at a time. I was forgetting the name of it. They get all of these, the cling, the layering stencil, the whole card kit, which is here. So all of this, and then they get a bonus item, which we'll grab out of our box here, which is this guy right here. This is the Do Not Disturb Stampin' Cut. It is a 3x4 clear stamp set. It has 2-step stamps for the leaves and the flowers. You have a base stamp that you can stamp in a colored ink, and then you have a detail layer that you would stamp on top. I love 2-step stamps. I think they're so cool. They're actually one of my favorite kinds of stamps. Very, very fun. And then there's a bunch of sentiments here. And these are all designed. I know it's kind of hard to figure it out from just this, but these were designed to decorate this really fun die cut here that looks sort of like a Do Not Disturb door hanger that you'd put on. But you could also turn it into more of like a bookmark, use it as a bookmark. And I think that's just really fun and creative idea. And you do have dies for the sentiments as well. And it will create this, do not disturb, I'm reading, or please do not disturb, I'm reading. Let me show you it all put together. Here you can see it's all stamped out. Kelly created these. So pretty, just used a bunch of colored inks. And what a fun bookmark this would be. But it can also be the focal point of your card, which you see here. Here I stamped it in a darker ink and then did white heat embossing on top. So that's how I did the 2-step, kind of different. And then I stamped on white cardstock my sentiments and then die cut them out with the coordinating dies, which again is so awesome. You have dies for all that. So it makes it really easy to place those sentiments and get them in different colors and things like that. So lots of fun there. Really great set. I only have one sample from the creative team to show you, which is this super cute one by Jen. And she, again, did kind of like a rainbow with it. And I love it with that kind of that monotone background that she did with the checkered board cling. Super cute. And that completes the November Hero Studio release. That's everything. I'm going to now create a card with some of these fun products. So let me put some of this stuff aside, move things around. Oh, hello, friends. I'm now seeing the comments here. Why were I not seeing them before? Huh. I'm going to set this here. Hopefully I don't knock that over. All right, well, weird. I have it pulled up here on my computer. I'm still learning. Again, I apologize. I'm still learning. Why doesn't it show it here? Weird. Okay. Well, I can see your comments on my iPad, but I cannot see them on my computer. Oh, who said it was big enough for a gift card? I think if you're talking about the bag, Rosie said it was. We were talking about this guy here, and let me grab the die. It is big enough, but if you would need the books. So this die here, the die set of the month, you can fit a gift card in here, especially if it fits this way. But like, you know, it's wide enough to accommodate. I don't have a gift card here. Otherwise I would actually put it in, which is kind of silly of me. I should have one here. I used to have one. I have something. I have my old Zoo membership card. So here's my old Zoo membership card. You can see how it would fit in there. No problem. But you would need the books. You would want the books to kind of, but if you were going to do like the tissue, if you wanted to do this like a gift bag, because I think this die could easily make like a gift bag too, I would just use like tissue paper if I wanted to hide it too and I didn't want books. That's like another option as well. But yeah, totally fits. Okay, sorry, I am now realizing I thought nobody was commenting, so I apologize if I missed your comments before. I'm still getting used to how this works on different platforms at the same time. So I now know what I'm doing. So if you comment now on Instagram, I'll actually see it. So I apologize before. Let me move that around. There we go. Now I know how to do it. Okay, let's make a card. Let's put this stuff away so I don't mess something up, mess up any of these beautiful samples. Okay. And I want to create a book. That's what I want to do today. And I want to use these. I have all these images that I colored earlier. I'll put that there. And I think we can, I only think I'm going to use one though. Just going to use that one. I'm going to take one more sip of my water. Okay. I think I'm going to use that one. And one of my favorite color combos is coral and orange. So that's what we're going to do because I think it looks so pretty. And I've already have kind of that palette going here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm trying to figure out where I put all my stuff. I put it here. I gathered my stuff beforehand, so I'm going to get that all out. We're going to stamp it with the cling, but I think another thing that would have been really good is we have a, what do you call that? Those, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I'm not remembering. Composition. We have a composition pad stamp that, you know, it makes that beautiful design that you see on those composition. Is that right? Gosh, it feels like the wrong word. But we have that stamp. That would be a fun one too. But I'm going to stick with this one's cling, which is, again, that checkered board. I'm going to remove, because I'm using a cling, I got to remove my mouse pad from my Misty. Grab the cling here. And what I'm going to do is stamp this first to figure out where the checkered board is so I can get it perfectly lined up to my panel. So that's what I'm doing here. Just so I have some plain copy paper. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up in papaya. Get these out of here. Papaya is my orange, or my orange. I can't say it's carrot because it's papaya. And I'm going to use my scrubber block to kind of press all over. All right. There we go. Okay, so that gives me a good idea of where this design is. So now I'll grab my double-sided tape and just place some tape down in the center. And I'm going to line this up to the design so I can kind of center it in the checkered. And how I'm deciding if it's centered is just matching the gap I have between the edge of the design and to my panel. So that this is the edge I'm looking at here. This is here. I'm just trying to center it between all those. And look, I'm looking down here and I'm realizing that this one will have it stamped and this won't. So I might change that and slide it over. There we go. So now it's white, white and stamped. And that's just how I center it. If I had which I've lost, I used to have a A2 panel of acetate that I would use just center it because I could see through it. And I lost it in a cleanup of my studio or my craft space. And now I need to make a new one. And I just haven't done that yet. Okay, that looks pretty centered to me. Close enough anyways. So now I'm going to stamp this. There's a hair on here, of course, probably cat hair. Just before this live, Oliver, my kitty, was all over the place over here. And now he's sleeping on the floor. So he might not come on camera. He usually does make some cameos, but not looking like he's, let's move on. He might not come today. Trying to get my mouse back here and get back to the comments. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you like the release, Julie. It's a very, very good one, I think. All right, let's stamp this. Hello, welcome. There we go. And again, that cardstock is keeping that hair is still there. How rude. That tape is keeping the cardstock in place while I stamp this. My daughters are readers too. And they love this. They love this release. They're honestly more of readers than I am. I'm more of the audiobook girl. That I can do. I have a hard time just sitting and reading, but I can do audiobooks because I can listen and do something else at the same time. I'll stamp it one more time and I think we'll be done. Oh, it looks so good. I love this coral color with the orange, the papaya. All right, that's got to be enough. Put this over. Cute. All right. I just see a couple spots I'm going to try to touch up. And then I think we'll be done. I'm going to stand up to do it. That last bit. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So now I'll remove my panel. Look at how cute. I love the checkered board. So cute. Okay, and this is our sticker we're going to kind of use, but I want to frame it out more. I want to make it a little bit more impactful. So I'm going to use these oval infinity dies and create a window. So let's grab a couple. And to figure out the scale, I don't know which ones I'm going to use quite yet. And I do want to turn this into a book. So I did cut some of the saffron cardstock to kind of create that binding of a book. I like that. I feel like this one's probably too thin. I cut it different sizes, but I like the thicker one. So we're going to use that. And then I'm going to use something I haven't used in probably a decade. Audiobook, right? Me too. Audiobooks that's my jam. And I love that you can check out audiobooks with the from the library with the Libby app. So I don't even have to leave my house. And I can go to the library and check out a book and listen to it for free. Just so cool. I'm going to check out a couple of these. That one seems a little small. So we're going to do probably these two. And I want to create, I want to create a window is what I'm thinking. Where when you open the card, the image is actually, I'm still debating whether I want to do that. Do I want to do that? Because I'm thinking it'd be cool to open it and maybe have this on the inside, but you see it because of the window. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure yet. I'll ponder that a little bit and we'll work on this part. We have to, and that will help us get placement of this when we die cut either way, either if we die cut or whatever we do for the window. I'm also thinking it might be nice to have acetate and do it that way too. I'm torn. Okay. Let's start with something I know I want to do, which is I want to add The Memory Man was a great series. Oh, I'll have to check it out. I've been on a kind of more self-helpy. I feel like it's not self-help, but it's like other like therapy kind of books lately. I'm ready to be done with them. I'm going to take my score tool and create a line down. I'm just debating where I want it to go. I don't want it to be just an 1/8. I want it to be a little bit bigger, but I don't want it to be a 1/4. So I'm going to tape it in place. And then I'm going to score here. It's going to be somewhere between, oops, an 1/8 and a 1/4, somewhere between there. Cute, 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 cute. Look at that. And this is where I always struggle. Like, do I want to use the depressed side or do I want to use the raised side? Oh my gosh, that makes it look so good. It's probably subtle, but in real life, it looks so convincing. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay, we're going to stop there. That looks so good. I'm blown away by how good that looks. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Grab my liquid glue. Just glue it down. Here, raise side. Oh, sorry, Jess. I saw your comment too late. I did depressed side. Debossed side. That's the right way to say it, Shannon. But it looks so good. Now I think I'm going to, this is the tool I haven't used in years. Okay, how many of you have your corner rounders still? Oh man, when I bought this guy, this was a big splurge item for me. And I bought this one because who did I see use this one? Christina Werner used this one. And I was like, okay, this is the best one then. I'm going to use my corner rounder here to round my corners. Now, does that make sense? Should I do these corners? I was going to do these originally, but now I'm thinking I do these. Oh, you have 3. Yes, Jess. See? Exactly. It's just because like when you look at a book, all of the spine is kind of rounded, but I feel like I need to do it on this cover. Checkered side. Okay, Natalie, that you're that's what I'm feeling. Suddenly going against, oh my God, it looks so good. Going against what I originally planned, but looking at it, I'm like, that's the right move. So good. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna have to do it on here too. Probably should have done it when it was glued down. It's been a while since I've used one of these guys. I've forgotten how to do it. Oh, it flew right into my face. Oh, I should have done it upside down. Man, I am rusty on my corner rounders. Oh, but it feels good to do that again. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's just like a little book. Oh man, I love it. Okay. All right. Now the decision time, which this is where I always struggle making decisions. And it's worse when I'm doing them live. I think what we're going to do to play it safe is I am going to cut a window, but I'm going to cut. Do I want to cut a window? What if I'm suddenly having a different idea. What if we make it sort of like a shaker? Is that too much? Is that like, did we go crazy? Okay, I'm going to cut a window and we'll put acetate. So I just think it'd be cool to open it up and see a little bit inside, even though that's not how a book would be, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, we'll do this one, the smaller one. Get it centered. Ish. Yeah. Here we go. And I'll die cut that out. Shaker. Okay, Natalie says shaker. I know, right? It's like if you have a chance to make a shaker, it's always, the answer is always yes. If shaker opportunity becomes available, then you take it. I think it's made like a weird shaker though, like one that's just sandwiched the glitter stuff in between is what I'm kind of thinking. And it would incorporate the gold. Okay, totally going rogue. Didn't intend for it to be like that, but that's okay. Did I cut this out? I gotta see what my shaker stash has too. Put yellow frame on your window. Brilliant, I love it. That's a great idea. Because I don't know what color we're gonna do yet. Cute. I mean, come on. Already so cute, right? That's so cute. I love it. Okay, we got to figure out if we're going to turn this into an actual window, we have to cut this too. So you need to get this in the right spot. Nestle that die in there. I'm going to try to, no, I'm going to die. I'm just going to play it safe and die cut it all together. But I do need to make sure I open up my card so I don't die cut right on through. I apologize for die cutting off screen. It's just my die cut machine takes up so much space and I have to move it back and forth. I'll try to do it on screen. I know for some people, they've never even seen it before, so it's helpful to see it happen in real time. All right. I'm very happy with that so far. I think that is fun. So now we have this window cut out. Cute. And what I'm thinking, like what I was originally thinking of doing this and just adhering that there. But I felt that was so kind of sad. You'd open it and just was nothing here. So now I'm thinking we do the shaker card thing. So just made things more complicated for myself, but it's going to be worth it. I got to get up because I didn't even plan for this. I got to go get myself some acetate. Composition, right? I love it. It kind of does, right, Lori? And we do have a composition notebook. I'm going to post your comment to the, because you're on Facebook, friend, and not everybody can see your comment. We have a composition notebook clean. So I could have actually done composition, but the checkerboard, I mean, is so cute. Let me grab some acetate. Okay, we're moving on, and we'll have to do something. I think the inside needs to be colored. I agree with that. We do need some color in there. Let's see, do I have any panels already cut? Because that would be really nice. I need two. I need 2 panels. Okay, we got this piece here. We'll cut it in half. Where's my paper trimmer? Way back here. That. Get this out of here. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you like the release too, Michelle. That's awesome. All right, we're gonna go 2 4 1/4. Cut that. There we go. Got this on screen again. Let's get that out of there. Okay. And we gotta die cut this again. No, we don't. What am I saying? We don't have to die cut this again. So I want a sandwich. We do have to trim it with the corner rounder. I want a sandwich in between here. So it's like a shaker card, but not really. Some glitter. But I'm not going to do any dimension. Like I'm not going to actually make like a well or anything. I just want it to have like some fun, free, floating kind of glittery thing. Gold glittery stuff. That's the idea. But do I have gold glittery stuff? I used to. Do I have it anymore? This might be this might be the biggest hiccup. I probably should have checked into this before I started. Got sequins. What else do we got? What else do we got? I used to have gold glitter. I had like some Martha Stewart glitter. I'm gonna see if I have that. This is for all of you guys who hoard stuff with me. Look at, oh, how old this must be. Oh, there's no glitter in here. Not that I want. Dang. Let's see what else I got. I have like these teeny tiny little beads. Oh, gosh. This is you're learning all my dark secrets. But I never throw anything away. Oh, I found the glitter. And it was with that. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. That's good. We're going to use this because it's thin. And I think it will actually work. Okay. Okay. I'm happy I found that. Okay. Let's corner around these, baby. Stack them up. And this might totally not work. I've never done this before. I can tell right now one's a little shorter, so I need to trim it down. Get my paper trimmer again. Let's do this. I don't even know if it'll look good. Good. Trim now. So now they're equal. All right. And then where's my corner chopper? Let's do it the right. How do you see it? You got to do it this way. It's got to fly back at you. Right? Ugh. Tricky. It does not need to be this big, but I'm going to do full panels even still. Do it one more time because I don't think we did a good job. Okay. Let's see. And then this will be on top. And I think like yellow in the center. Let's see what panel we have. Like maybe the lightest yellow. The beeswax. The beeswax. Oops. What do we think? I almost wonder if I need something that's more contrast. We have those two oranges too. Grab that. That's not gonna work. I can just tell. And I think the terracotta is too dark, but we'll try it anyways just to see. I'm actually thinking of going like blue, completely different, and do blue. I don't hate terracotta. Let me look at it with the plastic. Yeah, I don't like that. Do I not want to do the shaker anymore? The only problem with like when you do shakers, you get that shine all of a sudden from the acetate. And I love the beautiful matte look of my cardstock. I'm going to have to redo my score line here, but we'll worry about that later. Let's grab the same color. I'm just trying things out now. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's the same yellow as the side. Now let's try the blue. Ooh, that's a lot of contrast. Let's do the light blue, and that'll be the last one I try, and then I'll decide. Ooh, my goodness. Okay, we got like an amber alert. Oops. Are we back? Let's remove her comment. There we go. Are we back? Oops, oops, oops. How do we fix this? Okay. Is it connected again? Not messed everything up. Sorry guys, I got like an amber alert, I think, and it disconnected for a second. What do we do? What do we do? We need to go back over here. Let me see if I can figure this out. It just says it's connected, but it's not. Let's pause and unpause. Well, shoot. That's a big bummer. I wish I could figure it out. I feel like I figured it out before, but it's just not working. Oh, here we go. Let's do this. That's right. Okay. Yikes. It's like, it says it's connected, but clearly it's not. Let me think of what else we can do. Let me move this back over here real quick. No. All right, well, that's just not working. Well, shoot. I can't finish the card. I'm so sorry, guys, but I don't want to have you stay online when it's all falling apart. Well, stay tuned. I will finish the card. Hopefully, I think I'm still going to do the glitter inside, but I'll stop there. And I apologize. I didn't expect my whole tech to break for an Amber Alert, so I apologize for that. But stay tuned. I'll post it, and I'm sure we'll share it on Hero Arts. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed at least looking at all of the Hero Studio products. Be sure to check out the blog hop tomorrow. There's a giveaway for that, so leave some comments as you hop around. And I'm going to pop back over to my final place. Here we go. Nope, not there. And just to see the last bit of comments that may have come in. Great. Okay. And I think that's it. Thanks for, well, stay tuned. I will finish this. And be sure to check out the videos. There's a lot of videos over on the Hero Arts YouTube channel that you can check out and see some projects right away now being created with these products. I hope you guys enjoy those and check those out. I will see you probably tomorrow around on Instagram. And I hope you guys enjoy this release. It's a really good one. Everything is now available, so you can sign up if you're not a new subscriber. If you want to learn more about our Hero Arts subscription, our Hero Studio subscription program, definitely head over to the Hero Arts website and you can learn more about the subscription program there. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And the next time I'll be live is for Stampin' Craft, so stay tuned for when that is going to be released. Hopefully we'll have that up soon. And for the Stampin' Craft, that's a really cool thing. We create two cards together actually with the Hero Studio release. And it's like a class where I share all of the products I'm going to use, as well as all the instructions a few days before I go live, and you can gather your supplies and create along with me. That's going to be later on this month. I actually have the date, so I can see that real quick. It'll be November 23rd. So I hope you guys can join me for that at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, November 23rd. That'll be the next time we do a live with these products. Hope you guys can join then. And again, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye, everyone. Sorry about the live breaking.